Welcome back to our Dream in the Woods. I'm going to do some more milling on this video, trying to get the cut list for the board and bat siding, try to get that checked off my list. I may not be able to do it the next couple days, but anyway, get after it. I still have 3 logs from that white pine I want to mill up, see how many boards I can get out of that. Looking for 1x10s for the board, and then 3 or 1x3s for the batten part of that. So I need about 275 boards total of the 1x10s and equal amounts for the board and batten, or the batten part of that. So anyway, it's a pretty good cut list. I had that one set of logs that isn't any good anymore for this project, and so I'm kind of scrounging around trying to get my boards with logs for what I need for my boards. So it's about 21 degrees out here now, sunny, super nice in the sun. Just a good day to be out here milling. So let's get after it. So this next log. I have 18 inches on the small end, and the big end isn't much different. It's nice and straight. Looks all good from this angle, but let's go around to the back side here. So this is the back side. Nice and straight over the top, but definitely a big, I don't know, divot. Scoop. I don't know. So that we'll have to contend with that. I mean, that is 3-4 inches there, so that'll limit how many boards we can get, but we'll maximize what we can get out of this log and get to cutting. To level out the pith a little bit, I put in a 2-inch board there, and got the Sawmill, got a new blade on. I've been doing those Ripper 37s. These are resharps, so they're working good. Put some more antifreeze or windshield wiper low temperature fluid in there. Got her gassed up. I might do a little adjustment. My bottom board is coming out a little thick, and let me tell you why that is. Been using this scale here, and if this view window there isn't calculated correctly, then the bottom board can come out a little bit not where you want it. So I'm about 1/16 to an 1/8 thicker than I want to be, so I need to adjust that view window and see if I can make that. Since I'm going to be focusing on 1x material, I might as well have that precise. So let's get after it. Okay, so I set this to 10 inches. That's the right ruler there, and then my height. So depending on what angle you're looking at, that can affect where your line is. So Eric's probably 3 or 4 inches taller than I am, so his zero is a little bit different than mine. So then if I come down here and then I use my bubble in the back to make sure that that's level, you can see what I'm talking about my inaccuracy. So I need to bring this down to 10 inches and then adjust my scale to 10 inches. Well, I in on this other side of this log, so I flipped it once here, and that's where that big divot is, and pretty sure that defect or whatever is probably what killed this tree. So there's all kinds of pitch in that, and started building up on my saw blades and just making a poor cut. It's kind of hard to tell down there, but had to kind of throw through those away because they're so wavy. So I think I'm through the majority of the pitch, but you can see that there is some soft spots in these boards here. So just something to contend with. I'm trying to clean up my saw blade here and see if I can get it to function again smoothly. So you can see how much pitch, and then just using a putty knife to kind of clean it off so it looks like that, and then also scraping off my belt, make sure those are cleaner than they are now, just all pitch everywhere. So anyway, so nice looking log, but then you get into this and pain in the butt time eater, and ruin some boards too. So Well, I got this down to 10 inches. I'm just certain that this section of the log is causing me all my problems. I don't know if you can see, I think this is just all dense pitch all the way through there. That's all dense pitch. And it was due to some kind of disease there in that part of the tree. So I'm just all gummed up again on my blade, and it's maybe a little hard to tell, but this cut was pretty wavy. The rest of the log looks pretty good. So I think what I'm going to do is flip it up and make one more cut with that gummy blade, and then change to a new blade and some new belts, and then see if I can get some good pieces out of the rest of this log. So I don't know, right when you think you have it all figured out, something like this happens, and it's a time eater, and then you're just frustrated that you're not producing some quality lumber. So I ended up flipping that log again just to take the slab wood off the top. So now I have basically a 10 by 13. Should be able to get 12 boards out of that. Not going to be the finest boards I've ever made. They're going to be wavy on the edges. Hopefully as I go down, I put a new saw blade on, and at least the boards will be straight. But that kind of gives you an idea how bad that one is. And yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to tell on camera, but it's wavy. So and then this blade here, just all gunked up. The follower belt here, it needs to be replaced, so I'll get a new belt. I think I'll go ahead and do both of them, just because I haven't replaced that one in a long time either. So see if we get some new belts and new blade, and we cut off most of the pitchy stuff. You can see where this is the heartwood, this is the sapwood, so we still have some sapwood, and pine is just generally a lot pitchier than fir is, the Doug fir I normally cut. So just part of it. Try to get my pine sol out, but it was frozen, so but I think I'm going to add a dab of pine sol to my tank and see if that helps. Okay, fresh belts, fresh blade, tensioned everything back up. When you tension it up, you want to give it a little spin, and then you just want to check to see that blade is kind of riding in the center of both those pulleys and not riding to the back or the front. Had to kind of adjust that at the beginning, and since then I haven't really had to mess with it too much. So and then this one rides loose just like the picture. turkeys are excited. Gave them a few seeds this morning. Well, not the best quality of boards, but they'll do. Got 15 out of that log, so less than I thought, but 15 is better than none. Got the next log up on the deck there, next segment of that same tree. So it doesn't appear that it has that same defect or disease that was in that other piece, so hopefully this will cut up a little bit better. Another 18-inch log, 16 foot long, so if I could get another 15 or 16 boards out of this one, I'd be pretty happy. I don't think I'm going to make my goal of 75 out of that tree, but I think I'm at 35 now, and yeah, that'll make 50. If I can make 60, that'd be pretty cool. So anyway, getting after it. I've been plowing through this last tree, or the last tree of the day, I guess. Getting 12 out of the cant, 12 1x10s. A lot better quality than the last ones, so they look good. And then I have 4 flitches down there that I'll need to put back up on the mill and edge those out. And so I know I'll get 3 more there, so I'll be at 15 or 16 for this log, so and good quality, so happy with that. And yeah, keep going. Kind of getting late out here. Yeah, finally out here on the sawmill again today. This is the last chunk out of that white pine that I picked up at my dad's friend's house. It's the smallest piece, 14 on the small end, so I should be able to get a 10 by 10 cant out of this. And hopefully, my hope is 10 boards, 10 1x10s. But we'll see what it does. Warmed up. It's probably about 40 degrees out. I did some plowing with the skid steer. Everything's real wet. And then we're supposed to get rain this weekend, snow rain, but like up to 2 inches over a few days. So I think I'm just going to mill this log and then put the boards away and then plow with the truck. Just try to get as much off of the roads as possible, so when it turns to slush and muck, that there's less there to contend with. So anyway, but get things running. I think I'll try to make one pass with the blade I have on and then switch up to a new one. All right, so I made a 10-inch. It's not really cant yet, but started pulling boards off. So the first 4, pull those off and then flip it and see how many more I can get. Hopefully I can pull 6 more out of there and hit my mark. Dad's over visiting, and Bobby, he is a fetching machine. Good looking stuff. Okay, the final boards. Yeah, it just look real nice. This has all heartwood, no sapwood in it, so nice solid knots. Should make good boards. So got my 10 out of that, which is about what I calculated. I might have been able to cut a few smaller boards out of there, out of the slab wood, but you have trouble storing things if you are set up to store 16s or 14s. If you cut a 12, then where does it go? So that might be wasteful, but I have someone going to pick up all those and use them either for firewood, or he has some other projects, so it'll be used. So that 10 more boards brings us to 60, and so 60 1 by 10 by 16s. Pretty good yield out of one tree. All right, that's all of the white pine tree in the stack. It starts right here and goes up, so I think 61 boards is kind of what we ended up with. So a good looking stack of lumber there. That'll be it for this stack. It's plenty high, no reason to lift it that high. So thanks to Beth to come out and help. It had been quite a few days between milling, but it was nice to get that log out of the way. I wish I could throw a few more logs up today, but I think it's more wise to get some of the slush off the roadways before the rains hit. So you got to do what you got to do. 61 boards out of that tree. Real happy with that, and kind of a good legacy for that white pine. that was grown here locally to know that it's going to go on this building and be there for a long time. So that'll be the board and bat, doing the 1x10s for that. I think I'm over halfway done with what material I need, and I think I have enough logs sourced to get there. So I think we're going to do some grand fir, also along with some white pine. I have a few trees of that, and then Brian has a tree that he's going to give to me. So anyway, lots of milling left to do, lots of building left to do. We're still trying to get after it. So appreciate everyone watching, and we'll catch you with the next video. You guys have a good evening, day, or wherever this video finds you.